So several years ago, the Coachella Valley Unified School District realized that we needed to make a change in our disciplinary model in order to help our students be more successful at school. As a result, we began what we now coin the transformational justice model in our schools, which incorporates a variety of restorative practices that allow our community to work together to help our students be more successful. This is not a program that is a one-size-fits-all program and that will change the culture and the climate in 1 year. This is a hard-working program that requires a lot of people's involvement, passion, and love for it, and patience. But our students are worth it.
So after going through years of zero tolerance policies, things we're still not changing in terms of reducing suspensions and expulsions. It only made sense that we needed to try something different. I would say this was really a community effort. So we have a growing number of parents and students who want to see restorative justice practices in their schools.
The Coachella Valley Unified School District, along with our community partners, is dedicated to creating a safe, positive school climate for all students, staff, and families. We have 3 goals behind this work. The first goal is to establish a positive school culture and climate. The second goal is to increase attendance, and the third goal is to decrease suspensions and expulsions.
Yes, one of our goals here at Valley View School is to create a positive and welcoming culture to all students. First thing in the morning is students are greeted by our morning greeter at the front gate. In addition to that, students are greeted by their teacher. Students really like it because that really gives them a sense of belonging. The biggest change we've noticed is that now students are doing the same thing to us. The kindness is spreading.
De hecho, el otro día mi hijo llegó y se sirvió su plato de comida y le dije, ¿y eso? Y dice, es que eso me están enseñando que yo te puedo ayudar a ti. O sea, son buenos consejos que les están dando y ellos los están aplicando en el hogar.
So here at Las Palmitas, we really focus on our 3 PBIS expectations. First, in building positive relationships. So our teachers really work to establish those relationships with students. So one of our 5th grade teachers has allocated some time every day for students to come in and practice yoga. At Las Palmitas, we are part of the transformational learning, and those are opportunities for students to learn more about themselves.
To start the circle,
teachers recommended a group of girls. For the purpose of it has been to help empower them. It's more of teaching them that they're sacred, their sacredness. It's been really difficult for the girls to open up, but one of the things that I have noticed about the girls is that they keep coming back.
Some of the things we discuss in Ojo Noble is being a warrior for your people, what it means to be keeping your word, what it means to be a positive person in the community, a righteous man, and just making sure we're taking care of ourselves and not harming ourselves, and just being good citizens. I've seen a lot of growth. At first we had some kids that were kind of timid and didn't want to share with the group, and when you have a school programs where the kids feel connected and they feel a part of something, it's always going to move them in the right direction.
Day to day in the classrooms, we see a lot of students who want to be here, and that's the biggest change of all. Like, they're able to focus on their academics because those foundations are in place.
People are getting lost. And who got lost? Who got lost? Okay, now those of you that have your hands up, who helped you? Who helped you guys? Who helped you?
The purpose behind circles is to help foster and facilitate those relationships. If we have a better relationship, there's a better classroom. With broken relationships, it's harder classrooms. You know when you walked into a classroom where there's a positive environment, as opposed to, walking into a room that's very stringent and sterile.
Yes, yes. And all of these things, you could scream as loud as you'd like, But if nobody's listening, it's not going to be heard. And so listening, I think, was a key part of this game, and is a key part of things. Yeah.
It's basically like school is your second home. You're mostly more hours in school than at home. And I think more people would like studying and learning if you would make this like your home. You would be kind to each other and everything. You wouldn't make fun of each other.
First of all, I like to greet every student as they come in the morning, just to get a good vibe going. We sit down, we talk. I tell them what's said in the room stays in the room. I want to know what you guys are feeling, what is hurting you, how can I help you? It's surprising that they're willing to come to us. We have kids that knock on our security door wanting to resolve things by talking.
At school you can create bonds from friends that you meet or from the people that you meet that if you might talk to every single day, and you can think of them as your brother or your sister.
Una de las cosas que fueron importantes para mí para involucrarme en justicia restaurativa fue porque uno de mis hijos me motivó mucho. Él hablaba sobre qué era justicia restaurativa en su clase, en su escuela, cómo era la privacidad, cómo él se desahogaba aparte del bullying que había, y me motivó tanto de que pues quise aprender más y quise apoyar, y pues me gustaría que se abriera más en otras escuelas.
Que han sido menos niños suspendidos, se les está realmente tratando de ayudar a identificar, ¿es realmente una razón para suspenderlo o hay algo que podemos hacer? Entonces se han dado pasos pequeños, pero son muy grandes logros para nosotros. Entonces esa es otra de las cosas que hemos hecho, y también yo como madre de familia me siento muy honrada y orgullosa de ser parte de Alianza, ser parte de Coachella Valley Parents, porque estamos marcando la diferencia. Y la intención de este cambio, de esta diferencia que queremos hacer, no es solamente para beneficio de mis hijos, que como dije anteriormente tengo 4 niños, sino para todos los niños del Valle de Coachella, que todos somos seres humanos, todos somos únicos y merecemos la oportunidad, no una ni dos, sino las oportunidades que sean necesarias para que ese niño o esa vida y ese futuro no sea desechado, sino al contrario, que se les sea ayudado e impulsado para tener una vida exitosa.
Yeah, it is like a second home because here you just make a bunch of friends and you guys are like a big family. You see each other every day, talk to each other, you're kind and everything.
I say if we all change our attitudes and everything, this school would be, well, not this school, well, every school would be in a nice, friendly place.
And our goal with transformational learning with the restorative justice groups is to have them take that back to their friends, have them teach others how to be positive and to create an entirely different school culture and environment.
These students were in fights. These girls had a lot of anger. They couldn't deal with it in a let's talk about this kind of way. Because we share so much, they shed so much.
It changed a lot because people, like the women in the group, they would kind of understand how others are with their emotions and they would usually hide it. And in there, it kind of made us girls notice how people act, and like we really don't know what's going on with them. So I feel like there hasn't been as much judgment as there has been before.
Yeah, it made us all learn that everyone, even though it's probably a small matter, everyone's going through something, and that we don't know because they don't say anything. So it helps us understand that we should be here for one another, not judge them, not say anything bad about them because we don't know what's going on in their own life.
Okay, so today we're going to be holding a circle. The topic is school pride. Remember, what's said in the circle stays in the circle. So in transformational learning, we like to start out with that question of who are you? It's an exploration of themselves, their family values, their cultural values, and really exploring who they really are. So many students are caught up in the pitfalls of peer pressure and trying to find that identity. You guys going to conclude our circle today. Thank you guys for sharing space, for sharing your quotes, and we'll do it again next time.
And it's just the opportunity to sit down with young people to build relationship, all these things. But when you have a junior and a senior being able to look at a freshman or a sophomore and go, hey, that's not how we do it here at DM. They can model it, they can say it, they receive it a little bit better in my experience. And it's just another great tool, another avenue to try to help our student population. And we've got solid students here, we need to bring it out of them.
There are some great kids here.
So it's important that when we come into the schools that we have some sense of transformational learning that kind of reconstructs and reimagines what it means to teach our students and primarily our community, so that we can transform our students and transform our community so that they can become better.
Just them feeling comfortable being here is the first step. The next step is, now let's talk about these things. How can we put these things into categories that we can have discussions? And then finally, let's bring in the academic rigor. And all of those factors played into how we teach. We invite their culture and whom they are. And yes, we're also, Chicanos, Mexicanos, Latinos as well. But those are some of the issues that we saw growing up, that we did not belong and we weren't a part of the school. And as educators, for myself, I'm speaking for myself, I didn't want that to continue. So how can I bring in not only my background, but their background?
Our students just blossom and really just kind of take off. A lot of it is because they feel empowered, because now they know who they are, they know where they're going, and they have the confidence in themselves to become very, very successful.